Modules are what gives our site its functionality. Now, since we installed the modules with the site, remember when we first did the install, we were given a choice of just the core or core and most used modules or common modules. Since we did that, we have a bunch of them already installed and enabled here, but not all of them. So when I was taking you through this, we were just using the modules that were here. Now you'll see here that a number of them are disabled, blog and book. So blog enables what you think it is, blogging, and books allow users to create stories and organize those. So let's enable blog. And there's some other ones in here, but I'm just going to enable that. And I think forum is down here, so you can create a forum as well. Okay, and I'm not really going to go too much into using those, but those are modules you can turn on to enable that function. Okay, so now when we go to structure, you now see that we have forums. So we can control forums. Okay, and then we can add content and add forums in here and create an actual forum for our site. And if we go into content types, you see that we have added blog entries and forum topics. Okay, so by adding the modules, we've now increased the functionality of our site so that we can now use blogging and forums. Now, what I was talking about in the last video is adding an editor, and this is probably a good thing to do before you even start adding your content, would be to adding an editor. So if you go into here to modules, and then you can go to contributors modules here. I like to open this in a new tab. Okay, so these give you the modules here. And what I'm going to do, well, there's all kinds of them here that you can search for and install. I'm not going to go too much into this. This is pretty advanced. You can do all kinds of things with modules. But this was a video series to get you started, and that's what we're doing. So what we want here is editor. So we'll type editor in there. We'll search for that. And you can use your preferred editor. Okay, so I'm going to install this one called WYSIWYG here. So what we want to do is download the zip file. And once it's downloaded, we're going to want to unzip that. So we'll go into the directory here. And we'll unzip it. Now, we're going to need to upload that to our server. And we're going to be uploading this directory. So let's open up FileZilla again. Okay, so what we want, I've connected up to my server here, and what we want to do is go into the modules directory, and this is where all our modules go. And then we want to go into WYSIWYG, and we want to upload this. Okay, so once that's all uploaded, we'll need to go into the configuration section within Drupal. So we'll just wait for it to upload. Just make sure that there aren't any incomplete downloads or failed transfers. Okay, so those are all uploaded. So we can close this. And let's go back to our site and go over to configuration. Actually, no, we need to go back to modules first and enable it. A little ahead of myself there. So into modules. Okay, now roll to the bottom where the user modules are. And we want to enable WYSIWYG and save. All right, now we want to go into configuration. And under content authoring, WYSIWYG. Okay, now to get the WYSIWYG editor installed, we need to download an actual editor. So I'm just going to use Nice Edit. So if I right click on here, I'm going to open it in a new tab here. And it lets you pick what you want in there. I'm just going to take the defaults, come to the bottom, click download, and wait for it to download. It's down. Okay, so let's go look in here. And there's Nice Edit. So we want to extract that. So use 7-zip and extract. Okay, now what I want to do is just rename this Nice Edit. Okay, and then we want to open up our FTP program again, which is FileZilla, or whichever one you like to use. And we're going to upload Nice Edit, where it tells us I'll connect up to my server here. So it tells us it needs to go into Sites, All, Libraries, and Nice Edit. Okay, so navigate to that over here. So Sites, All, Libraries, and then Nice Edit that we just renamed over here. We'll upload that. Okay, let's go back to our site here. Let's refresh. It should find the editor now. Okay, so filtered HTML, Nice Edit, full HTML, Nice Edit, plain text, Nice Edit, save. Now, what we want to do is edit any of these profiles we want the editor to be used on. So let's go into filtered HTML. And then you have your basic setup. So you enable by default and allow users to choose default, show enable, disable text toggle link. Now, buttons and plugins, you're going to want to turn any of these on that you want them to use. So let's do that. Okay, editor appearance. So this tells it where it's going to be. So at the top left. Okay, and then clean up and output. You can probably take the defaults on that, and CSS will use this default CSS for the site. So save that one and change it for the filtered and full HTML at least. You won't need it for the plain text, but you can set it for that if you want. So let's go over to content. Let's edit. Okay, and now we have our basic editor in here that can help us with editing our text and get it set in there the way we want. Okay, so there's a quick introduction to modules and how you can get an editor into your site so that it's easier for people to put in content. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to go over appearance.